Please remain seated. The event will begin shortly. I hope you enjoy your stay here in the Glitch Realm.
Hey guys, welcome back to TCG Saturday. So we had a little bit of a setback here, had some internet issues, but we're in it now. So we are playing the Lorcana TCG. Came out in September. I am using a program called Pixelborn to play the. As much as I'd like to say I can play, I can play locally and everything. My decks aren't super up to snuff. I like playing in like the little just league events and everything. But I haven't really had the time to go play like I want. So, this is me kind of just getting to sit and play, and I really wanted to show off this game because I really, really do like the game. This is definitely a game I appreciate playing. I enjoy playing. So I kind of wanted to show this off, and I wanted to show off a deck I just have a lot of fun playing here. So the whole win condition of the deck is to get your lore. It's this right here. You see the 0. Is to get your lore to 20 or your opponent decks out. The deck I'm playing is red to help me deal with pesky enemies, and then using this guy here, Maurice, to be able to sneak some wins in here. So each turn, the cards here. If you look in the top right corner, there's like a little circle thing around it versus like how this one doesn't have it. So that means we can ink the card, and that's kind of like our mana resources. And then we get that restored every turn, but we can pay that. Like right now I have 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I get to pick what I draw and what I don't. So, yep, I think I want to go ahead and draw him. He's a pretty interesting card there. So whole point of the deck is to get your lore up to 20. This Stitch is actually really good. So you just reveal the card, you put it in your inkwell, and then every turn the number of cards in your inkwell is what you get. When you add a card to the inkwell, you'll also get that one for the turn. So I definitely did pick him up to go ahead and ink him. So we're going to put him there, and then we want to go ahead and get Grandma Tala out there. And then we'll pass. Grandma Tala's got the wonderful ability of when the character is banished, which just means they're defeated, I can put this card into my inkwell face down and exerted. Alright, so they went ahead and inked with Stitch there. We are going to be hoping to start getting some other cards here to hopefully make a difference. Let's go ahead and ink Robin Hood here, and then we're going to go play Mickey, who will take the top card of my deck and put it in my inkwell for me, and then we're going to go ahead and exert Grandma Tala there to get an extra ink. In the ink race, my opponent's definitely winning. Right now, I actually can't take out that Simba. I don't know what this aerial does actually. Oh, they're choosing a trigger. So one thing to note, when it comes to TCG Saturdays, I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 games in for whatever TCG I'm playing. Some of them might eventually be in person. That just depends on when I can get that set up, because I do have a GoPro and like a recording camera. We disconnected there. Okay, so we got a turn. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. That kind of worried me there for a bit. Okay, so that Maleficent's actually going to end up helping me in the long run. We have the aerial. We'll go ahead and put the Fishbone Quill in there, putting us up to 5. And then we'll do Grandma Tala. And then this Grandma Tala is going to actually swing at the Simba here. Yep, and then we'll select to go ahead and have her go into the inkwell exerted, and then we're going to exert the Mickey here. Kind of leave ourselves open. And then next turn we'll start being able to set up for Maurice here. I'm not sure why it says invalid deck on there now. I guess it's just something with like the reconnecting there. Might be why it's doing that. They did get the upgrade into the Stitch, so we are going to have to watch out for that, because that is 3 lore every turn. We got an extra Maurice. That's good. So we're going to go ahead and do the Maurice here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and play our Shield of Virtue here. When we play, we get to draw a card. So Shield of Virtue, we can ready a chosen character, but they can't quest. Gonna have Grandma Tala go in here to use her ability to go up to 8, and then we're gonna go ahead and eliminate the Simba so that we can try to stay in the game a little bit longer. This one's gonna be a little tough to win, just because we are gonna say we do have a lot to catch up here. Oh, and they got the Simba back. Okay, so the Simba, they're definitely going to try to stall us so we can't run over anybody. And they sang with the aerial. So singing is the thing. If you have a card with sing, you can rest a character of equal or more cost. And then you can play the sing card for free. So sing's kind of like our magic, and you can exhaust characters to play it for free, which is how they played that one. And then we got Lantern. I actually don't know what this does. So exert it. You can pay 1 less for the next character you play this turn. That's not bad at all. Again, I'm not sure why we've got the invalid deck logos on here, but for right now, we're just gonna keep trying to play and do what we can. So we're gonna go ahead and put the magical golden flower in here. We're gonna go ahead and play the Maleficent to get rid of that. And then I do want to go ahead and try to reduce the amount of characters I'll be having to deal with. My hope is that Maurice will be able to last a while longer with us. But we did manage to get a little more control of the field there. The reason I want Maurice to last longer, my opponent's got 5 cards in his hands. There's the Hades. Okay, so they're getting the Stitch back. It's because Maurice is going to be our draw engine to try to keep us going. Thankfully, the Hades is a villain, so our Sword of Truth is going to help out a lot. Got another Maurice, though. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We're going to exert this Maurice, whose ability is going to make this cheaper. So we'll go ahead and get both of the Maurices off and draw. I'm going to save that Timatoa, just because that's going to be a super helpful card. We're going to go ahead and swing our Sword of Truth at the Hades to give so our opponent will have 1 less character on board. We'll go ahead and exert Maleficent as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and play another Shield of Virtue to get more draw. Looks like we got a Grandma Tala there. Let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and ink her so we just have more to play with, and then we'll pass. So right now, Ariel's only giving him 1, so it'll take him 8 turns to kind of get what he needs going. We're doing 6 a turn right now, so it'll only take us like 3 turns, and we've got what we need. All right, so there's the Simba. I'm not super surprised at the Simba. We have Be Prepared in case we have to do anything crazy. So Be Prepared just banishes all the characters that are currently in play. Alright, so they're going to do this to get to play character free. Okay, yep, Simba, not super surprised on that one. Alright, we got another Be Prepared. We don't really need the Be Prepared. We'll go ahead and have Maleficent take on him. We want the Aerial gone because it can sing 5. So it can sing cards bigger than what its actual cost is, and we don't actually want to deal with that. And then we want to go ahead and play him. When I play him, I can return an item card back, so we're going to get Sword of Truth back. And then I believe that costs 3 to do, so we're going to pass. So he gets an increase in how much he quests for based on the number of items I have. So right now he's questing for 3. So right now 2, 4, 6, 9 is what we quest for. And then he played Dr. Faciller. Okay, so Dr. Faciller, also a villain. We're going to quest here with Maurice, play Sword of Truth. We'll get to draw 2. We got a Hades there, that's good. Alright, and then he is a villain, right? Is he labeled as a villain? Yes, okay. So we want to do this and make sure our opponent doesn't have anybody else on here. We're going to go ahead and quest with our other Maurice. That'll put us to 10. That'll reduce the cost of this Sword of Truth. So we'll get to draw some more. We got another Hades. We got a Fishbone Quill. We'll go ahead and play the Fishbone Quill here. Draw some more. Go ahead and do the Magical Flower. Looks like our opponent went ahead and surrendered. Smart move. My big guy was actually getting ready to start. He was going to quest for a huge amount going right there. So because we already went up to 10, so I think. No, I don't think I played enough items to be able to finish it that turn, but I was definitely getting close, and I was keeping my hands super healthy. Alright, so that wasn't too long, so we're going to go ahead and get another match going in here. All good cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and... The Hades might come in handy later. I mean, so will this Maleficent. Let's go ahead and send that Maleficent back. The Dragonfire we might need later, so we'll replace these and let's see what we draw instead. It's an okay hand. We're definitely going to try to ramp up. So that's what blue will do for you. Blue will ramp up. I'm playing the item version of the deck, but blue will ramp up. Red is aggression and control. Green's also control. Green's got some really good cards in it. Yellow, I would say yellow and steel's defensive. And they're named after gems, by the way. So it's ruby, sapphire, amethyst, things like that. Purple still is one of my favorite colors to play. I just haven't gotten a deck like that's what my current color is. It's purple and blue is what I play right now, and I've been enjoying it a lot. My opponent's not doing anything. I don't want to concede. Oh, he just passed. He didn't do... oh, I guess he played something. We didn't see it. Could just be something going on while playing on the server right now. All right, so we went ahead and did the Maui. Normally I wouldn't do that one, but we did start seeing a Maurice. I am starting to see some more of my control option cards. A Grandma Tallow would actually be super helpful right now in moving forward with what I want to try to pull off with this. But no early turn aggression. I just realized I haven't really seen what he's inked. Okay, so we got steel here. So there's Prince Eric. Okay, so I don't really need two of these Maleficents. But I also... Oh, man. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do the Shield of Virtue. Those Maleficents might just come in handy later. And then we just won't have something to pass here. Okay, so let's go back to him. Challenger 2. When challenging, this character gets +2. Okay, so he just becomes a bigger swinger. And I did see the yellow there. This could be a tougher match for us. All right, we got the Hades. Okay, yep, one of the Maleficents is gonna have to go here, and then we're gonna put in our Detective Mickey Mouse to go ahead and put us up to 4. And then if it comes down to it, I mean, we've got the Hades and the Breath of Fires. We want to make sure we can control our opponent's board. We don't want to get ran over. And Tinkerbell can actually become a giant killer. I think is actually the sub name is the title of the card is Tinkerbell Giant Killer. And they launched cannons at us. Okay. So let's see if they got anything else to play. Yeah, next turn's definitely going to be a Breath of Fire. Okay. Let's keep the Maurice in case we need to... just in case we need to start getting our draw engine going, which will more than likely be a thing here. We'll have Mickey Quest... And let's just hope we get something else that we can kind of throw in there, because Maurice is going to be a huge part of what we'll do going forward. Alright, so Prince Eric went ahead and challenged to go ahead and eliminate Mickey. There's Grandma Tala. It's a little late. We're going to go ahead and ink her and then put out Maurice. Maurice will be a big help next turn as long as he survives. With 7 health, he is a pretty big guy there. depending on what my opponent plays, we'll either start getting the items we need, or to play out for Maurice, or we'll put out Hades to control the board. It just depends on what my opponent does. Because with 4 cards in hand, okay, so I don't have all the cards memorized. So Captain Hook, you can pay 3 to evolve him on top of a Captain Hook, and then he gets +3 while challenging. Characters that cost 3 or less can't challenge this character. Okay, so he is a villain. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and then we're going to play Sword of Truth, and then we're going to draw. Okay, he's going to be inked. You can ink at any time, just you can only do it once per turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to target Hook with our Sword of Truth since it eliminates a villain. And then I know this might seem like overkill, but we'll Dragonfire the Eric, just to kind of have a clear board, and now I feel safe. That may have been a little overboard, but for me, it was all about me feeling safe with what things I can do. So that's kind of the reason I picked that order. Now, depending on how they play it and depending on how I draw, like I can get out the Hades. Okay, so there's a Lantern. But I can get out the Hades if I need to help kind of control the field. Well, we're actually just going to go ahead and throw out another Maurice there. We're going to quest for 2. We'll get to play the Poisoned Apple. We'll get to draw for each Maurice. I think he lets me draw if my opponent has more cards in their hand than I do. I'd rather have him out anyway, so let's go ahead and we're going to put Grandma Tala there. So all this does is it actually will destroy a princess for a cost of 1. There's no princess out on my opponent's turn, so we don't really have to worry too much on that one. So another thing to note, if you notice the decks are only 2 colors, that's the max you can mix. You can only mix 2 colors. You can't do more than that. So for this one, I'm blue and red, and my opponent is steel, so gray and gray and yellow. We've already started getting spoilers for the next set. Oh, she's a princess, so she actually can die to my Poison Apple without me having to really waste a Hades. Okay, fire the cannons. What did we get here? So we don't want to ink anything yet. We're going to go ahead and do the Poison Apple. Then we're going to do Develop Your Brain. And I'm going to go ahead and draw Grandma Tala here. And we're not going to ink anything. We're just going to go ahead and quest for a total of 4, putting us to 9. Getting us even closer to our goal here. I don't think our opponent is going to be able to come back from this. They'll actually need a pretty good... They'll need to They'll need to like start eliminating my board, and they've only done 2 damage to 1 Maurice. Only reason I'm not going off a little faster is because I haven't gotten any items to keep going off. But I am happy that I am showing off this deck as it's supposed to be played for me. And there we go. Now we got another one. So we're gonna go ahead and play the Scepter here. We'll draw. One thing that I've told myself I'm gonna do when doing these TCG Saturday videos is that I'm going to is that the goal is to just play whether I win or lose. No in-betweens on that. Okay, so we can play this for free, which is what I want to do. Okay, perfect. So we're actually going to put Maui in here because we want to play a Hades. And Hades is going to let us go ahead and target Beast here, and Beast will go right into our opponent's ink. Pretty much we've told our opponent we win next turn. Unless they can start eliminating stuff. Each player discards a hand and draws 7 cards. Well, I think that's all there is to it. They actually just gave me a way better hand than what I had originally had. Well, actually, no, I did lose those Hades, didn't I? So that's a lie. I did have some pretty decent stuff in my hand. So let's see what they can get out. Looks like we got Captain Hook. And then Stitch. So I'm not gonna waste everyone's time here, like trying to just, no don't want to bully opponents or anything like that. So there we go. That was victory for that one. So guys, this was Lorcana. I'm actually really happy I got to showcase it. I'm gonna try to do like I guess deck profiles for this if I can, to kind of show you guys like why I sound a little hesitant with that. When going to my collection and looking at decks, like I can click on the deck here, and I can show you guys here, three Shield of Valor, three Poisoned, three Sword of Fire, and stuff like that. But if you know, like I'm hovering over it and it doesn't show the cards, and if I click on the cards, it will it actually takes them out of the deck. So I don't want to do that. So like I mean I can kind of show off the deck profile here. So if you guys want to know, it was three Shield of Valors, three Poisoned Apples, three Sword of Truths, two Dragon Fires, and this is just the red cards. Three Maui, four Be Prepared, four Maleficent. I just went as much control as I could. Blue is what the majority of my deck is going to be here. We have four Develop Your Brains, four Magic Golden Flower, two Scepters, four Grandma Talas, one jump ahead. I do so much ramping with other stuff that I didn't feel like I needed to add any more than that. Four Fishbone, three Mickey Mouse, one it's Eye of the something. I can't remember what it's called right now. But one Eye, four Maurice because he is the big engine in our deck. Three Robin Hood is a draw and a card we can ink. Four Hades, another control card, and then four of Tematoa. Tematoa gets that +1 every time. For every item for his lore when he quests for that. So like he was default like what I wanted for this deck. So there you can kind of see that deck list I have there. My other decks, I was trying the mill deck variant. What was the meta at one time. I haven't actually kept up with the meta too hard right now. But playing the yellow and green was another really good deck. And then I tried out an aerial combo where I did red and blue. And then you just can use aerial to you can actually just abuse the aerial here. Let me see if I can I'll see if I can find her really quick. We'll change it to blue. It's this aerial right here. Whenever you play an item, you may ready this character, and then you use that eye card. Let's see if I can go ahead and find it since I'm already here. The Eye of Fate chose because you can tap these the turn they come out. Chosen character gets +1 lure this turn. So if you do that for the lore, because I think I just said lure, for the lore, you can you do the aerial. If you've got multiple aerials, it's even better. But you play that. You tap your aerials. You play the item. Bring they all get to ready. Then you give one of them an additional one. So for an example, this one, let's say I have three aerials. Tap all three for 3. Play the eye, which I use like Belle and Maurice and stuff like that. But play an eye. So I've already gained with like the Maurice and the Belle, but untaps all the aerials. Then I give one of the aerials an additional one. Now the aerials are doing with my 3 aerials. I'm getting 4 lore, and then I play another eye. Now and I give it to another aerial. Now my aerials are going for 5. So I went 3 and then 7 and now 12. And if I play a third eye, we're actually plussing 6, so we're going to 18. And if I've done one Maurice or anything like that, like I've already kind of won. It's a very gimmicky deck. It doesn't actually. It's not an easy one to win with. If I'm being honest with you, it is a somewhat difficult deck to play. But then you do also use this bell right here. There's the bells in this are really good, and Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite Disney movies, if not my favorite. This bell is like Maurice. Whenever quest, you can pay 1 less for the next item you play this turn. This bell during your turn, you can put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell. So play another card, and if you have 10 or more cards in your inkwell, this character gets +4 for its lore for questing. So if you do the Eye of Fate, you can make this bell like a 6 if you wanted to. Different ways for the deck to play out. It's a very gimmicky deck, but those are the 4 decks that I have on here. I'm going to be looking to try to build some additional ones so I can show off some more stuff. And we'll also be doing different card games as well. But thank you guys so much for watching and letting me showcase this. If you haven't had a chance, get with your local game store and see what Lorcana product they have. And give it a shot. I think it's a lot of fun. I see this. I do see this as being a game I'll be playing a lot of, right up there with Digimon and Pokemon. I'm hoping here in a few weeks I can actually do some fun stuff with Yu-Gi-Oh. I've been very much enjoying some of the TCG Player articles for the like anime episode decks. Um, then they're relatively cheap to build, so I'm kind of wanting to build them and then have them go head to head. So that might actually be something I try to do on the TCG series. I don't know. I'm still kind of brainstorming this one, the TCG Saturdays a lot. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We hope you have enjoyed your time in the Glitch Realm.